Welcome to the Kennedy Center's Millennium stage. We are pleased to partner with UNHCR, the United Nations Refugee Agency, for World Refugee Day each year. Please welcome Giada Carroll, Deputy Regional Representative for UNHCR.
Good evening and welcome to the Kennedy Center. And most importantly, thank you for being here tonight for this performance in honor of World Refugee Day. My name is Chiara Cardoletti-Carol and I work for the United Nations Refugee Agency. I'm here tonight really to introduce our performer for the evening, the wonderful Guatemala-born singer, Gaby Moreno. But before I do so, I would like to say a few words about refugees, the subject of tonight's event. I will speak for no more than 5 minutes, really. And in those 5 minutes, over 125 individuals, in the time as we speak, or roughly half of this room tonight, will, just to give you a sense of the scope and the magnitude of forced displacement today, will have picked up their belongings, their possession, and would have fled their homes to escape war, violence, and persecution. They will be plunged into a new world of a dangerous life full of fear and uncertainty somewhere in the world. Today, my organization, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, released our annual report on forced displacement around the world. It shows that there are now more than 65 million people running for their lives in different parts of the world. This is the highest number ever recorded in history. It is more people than the population of Texas and California combined. It is more people than the population of Italy and France. And of the 65 million people, 21 million are refugees. It is indeed a staggering number. The numbers, however, are not really the story. The story is one of people, of individual children and women and men, each of them with their families, their friends, their dreams, and their ambitions for their lives, like everyone else here tonight has. When you look behind all of the data, you end up face to face with the reality that every single refugee is very much like you and I. And the help they need to recover their lives and their dignity is the same kind of help that you would count on and that I would count on in their situation. It is this notion of obligation to care for those in need that makes humans human. Now, in reporting of refugees these days, we often see the media use the term migrant crisis. It is a broad, generic term that unfortunately blurs important distinctions between very different categories of people on the move in the world and the reasons why they're moving. In blurring this distinction, the term encourages the public to consider refugees and all other types of migrants as one and the same. But they're not. The words migrant and refugees are not interchangeable. Refugees are not people who choose to move to a new country for a better and for looking for prosperity and a better life. Refugees don't choose at all to be refugees. They are people who are forced to flee, literally, to run for their lives, from war, conflict, and persecution in order to remain amongst the living. To conclude, I would note that it is easy for those of us who live in the United States to think of refugees as people in far-off lands where societies we don't really understand are being shaken by violence, whose causes we also don't know, and whose solution we can hardly begin to comprehend. However, nothing could be further from the truth. As we sit here tonight, at this very moment, there are women and children and men on the run from life-threatening situations in this very continent. Many of them are fleeing in and from the northern triangle of Central America, where murder and other violence perpetrated by transnational organized gangs has frankly reached endemic proportions. And while some of them look to the United States for protection, many other refugees are fleeing to other countries within the region, in Central America and to Mexico, where governments are seeing skyrocketing asylum applications. And as bleak as the overall picture may seem, the fact is that there are solutions. This crisis is manageable, and if all countries face it together, I was recently in Belize to look at how Central American refugees are faring in this context of this new refugee emergency. And I was so impressed at how such a small country with such limited resources could be so welcoming, so humane, and so generous. These are the examples we should be led by. Thank you for listening, and thank you to the Kennedy Center Millennium Stage for partnering yet again with UNHCR, as every year, to help raise awareness about refugees. And now, it gives me a great pleasure to introduce you to our performer this evening. As I mentioned earlier, Ms. Gaby Moreno was born in Guatemala and lives in the United States. Her rich and captivating voice, along with a soulful fusion of Latin traditions and North American blues jazz styles in her music, embodies the strong cultural affinities that the fabric of the American is made of. We're honored that she's with us tonight to highlight the tragic humanitarian situation of refugees fleeing violence in Central America. Without any further wait, please join me in giving a big welcome to Ms. Gaby Moreno.
Si yo pudiera hablar con Dios, si rezar fuera el remedio, si pudiera alzar la voz, si no fuese del promedio, si fuese maga y presidenta, princesa o capitana, con un soplo haría tormentas que nos inunden de nirvana. Construiría con las cruces de los muertos inocentes espejos que reflejen al culpable. Harta de caer de bruces, tropezando en lo inminente, me rehúso a que el amor sea desechable. Si yo tuviese los millones, el talento, la fuerza, el encanto de los amos y señores que deciden mientras canto, pero soy solo otro habitante, y a quién le importa cuando lloro, si hay genios ignorantes y analfabetas con tesoros. Si pudiera enviarle luz a los niños de las sombras y ponerle corazón al poderoso, pero soy solo una guitarra y unas manos diminutas y una voz que el viento vence en las mañanas. Si fuese inmensa y poderosa, uniría las religiones, batallón de mariposas, llegando a Dios sin divisiones. Si fuese Dios, yo como Él, gastaría la ocasión en unirnos piel a piel, corazón con corazón, en unirnos piel a piel, corazón con corazón. Muchísimas gracias. Es un honor estar aquí con todos ustedes, conmemorando este Día del Refugiado. desde muy lejos, buscando el azul del cielo, siguiendo predicamentos. Vengo desde muy lejos, recuerdos desde mi infancia que a veces parten el alma. Mi guate nunca la olvido, la llevo siempre conmigo, cansados de estar corriendo en tiempo de cacería. Alzo en alto mi vuelo, como el ave que migra. Desde muy lejos, don't let it go, buscando el azul del cielo, don't let it go, siguiendo predicamentos, don't let it go, vengo desde muy lejos, y como uno se aferra, don't let it go, a un pedazo de tierra, don't let it go, tarde o temprano llega. Arde el aire sin tregua, cansados de estar corriendo en tiempo de cacería. Oh, alzo en alto mi vuelo, como el ave que migra. Muchísimas gracias. ¿Cómo están todos? ¿Bien? Wow, how's everybody? ¿Cuántos de Guatemala? All right. And any non-Spanish speakers? Hey guys, what's up? Thanks so much for being here. As you heard, I'm from Guatemala. I was born and raised there. And I came here, to Los Angeles, where I live, many, many years ago. I left my country because I had a big dream of making music. And I just knew that, I couldn't really stay if I wanted to grow as an artist and everything. So I made that journey. And I've been here in the States. And man, never in a million years would I have believed that I would end up in this amazing place, the Kennedy Center, for these amazing cause. I'm just so honored and so humbled. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here. You guys are also a very important part of this whole event, we are here to together to raise our voice and make our voices be heard by our leaders. So I'm gonna keep singing my songs, which is what I love doing. I love music, but I love music because it brings people together, and music heals, and it's very empowering. So if you are watching us anywhere else around the world, make sure you visit unhcr.org and learn about what they are doing, which is an amazing cause. Tanto que hacer, hay tanto que hacer. Me siento bien, no hay tiempo que perder. Tanto que ver, hay tanto que ver. ¿Cuál será mi hazaña al abrir mis pestañas? Sabes, paso todo mi día pensando en ti, sí, pensando en ti. Río en tus aguas, me quiero sumergir. Desde hoy no me voy a arrepentir. Desde hoy no me voy a arrepentir. So much to do, yes, so much to do. I'm willing and able, no time to lose. So much to see, you know there's so much to see. Neath the carnival sky or the Jubilee. Notice I'm always filling the days with you on my mind. Yes, you on my mind. River of joy, you won't let my heart dry up. From now on, promise you no regrets. There's no regrets. I said there'll be no regrets. Gracias. Bursting up above, a silhouette of doubt. All the beauty rising, hiding any traces of the burden we left behind. Living in a daydream by design. Ashes in the ground, daisies grow around. Other things will fall back half a block from where your dreams were bound. Just turn around. Living in a daydream by design. Changing like the seasons and the fashions. Fragile hearts of porcelain. All the vintage photographs and captions scrolled across the sun, a covenant of one. Open up your eyes, the future's in disguise. In the hobo jungle, roaming like two moons up in the sky. Getting by just fine. Living in a daydream by design. Do 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 do, do 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 do. Do 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 Changing like the seasons and the fashions, fragile hearts of porcelain. All the vintage photographs and captions scroll across the sun, a coffin of one. Open up your eyes, a future's in disguise. In the hobo jungle, roll me like two moons up in the sky. Getting by just fine, living in a daydream by design. Living in a daydream by design. Thank you so much. Tal vez hoy no sea igual que ayer. Tal vez el viento ruja más violento hoy. Tal vez quieras algo más a tu saber. Tal vez en este punto no sé a dónde voy. Tal vez piensas lo lindo que es el amor. Tal vez ignoras cuánto este puede doler. Como nunca de tu nueva vida. Tal vez no hay son ni canto que te pueda conmover. Tal vez hoy la esperanza no es tu fuerte y por el suelo abajo la autoestima. No aprecias más el dulce canto de un gorrión. No hay más intento. Tal vez hoy la esperanza no es tu fuerte y por el suelo abajo la autoestima. No aprecias más el dulce canto de un gorrión. No hay más intento. Thank you so much. I want to do this next song, which is very special to me because it's one of the very first songs that I learned. It was taught by my grandmother. De amor en los hierros de tu reja, de amor escuché la triste queja, de amor que solo en mi corazón diciéndome así con su dulce canción: amapola, lindísima amapola, será siempre mi alma tuya sola. Yo te quiero, amada niña mía, igual que ama la flor la luz del día. Amapola, lindísima amapola, no seas tan ingrata y ¿cómo puedes tú vivir tan sola? Siempre que te pregunto que cuándo, cómo y dónde, tú siempre me respondes quizás, quizás, quizás. Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando quizás, quizás, quizás. Estás perdiendo el tiempo pensando, pensando por lo que más tú quieras. ¿Hasta cuándo? ¿Hasta cuándo? Oh, oh. Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando quizás, quizás, quizás. Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando quizás, quizás, quizás. Estás perdiendo el tiempo pensando, pensando por lo que más tú quieras. ¿Hasta cuándo? ¿Hasta cuándo? Oh, oh. Estás perdiendo el tiempo pensando, pensando, oh, por lo que más tú quieras. ¿Hasta cuándo? ¿Hasta cuándo? Oh, oh. Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando. Quizás, 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 Gracias. Yo vi la función, fui testigo de aquella ovación. Eran 1000, tal vez más, sin sospechar jamás. Sufrían del spleen, escapaban de un ocio sin fin. El remedio infalible era ver al gran Garry. Marionetas saltan y las ponen a bailar. Empieza la comedia y todos ríen sin parar. Al poco tiempo un señor ante un médico se presentó. Su mirada oscura y triste decía que moría por morir. Siguió una larga interrogación y al ver que nada le causaba emoción, el médico exclamó: su mal se ha de extinguir. Al ver al gran Garry, marionetas saltan y las ponen a bailar. Empieza la comedia y todos ríen sin parar. hombre sonrió con ojos húmedos. Yo no me curo así. Yo soy Gary. Thank you so much. This is called Mess a Good Thing. Baby, you won't be messing a good thing. Hurrying off with the break of day. You're not like them other men. Baby, I know we'll never be parting. You won't leave me in a heartache, beckoning disarray. Strange things have happened before, but oh, this love kept me more than I ever bargained for. Lifts me up 'cause I know he won't mess a good thing. Oh no. Hey, babe. Baby, no one can touch this love of mine. There's no need to waste my time. No, I live just for you, yeah. Baby, I know we'll never be parted. You won't leave me in a heartache, beckoning disarray. Yeah. Strange things have happened before, but oh, this love kept me more than I ever bargained for. Lifts me up 'cause I know he won't mess a good thing. No, oh, yeah. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 da ba ba. Ba 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 da ba ba. Ba 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 da ba ba. Yeah. Strange things have happened before, but oh, this love give me more than I ever bargained for. Lifts me up 'cause I know he won't mess a good thing. No, he won't mess a good thing. Thank you so much. Little sorrow, little pain, when you gonna go away? 'Cause I've been holding way too long Don't think my hands are built that strong. In silence I wait, but you keep on knocking at my door. Oh, one of these days, some's gonna wake me up. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it. Oh, one of these days, no more will I be swept up by the current. Oh no. Oh yeah, yeah. Midnight hour calls me on, makes me sing this sad, sad song. Little sorrow, little pain. Tell me when's it gonna end? Yeah. You see my glee's asleep, but you keep on talking at my sleeve. Oh, one of these days, some's gonna wake me up. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it. Oh, one of these days, no more will I be swept up by the current. No, no, no. Oh, one of these days, I'm gonna hold on to it. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, one of these days, hey, I won't be swept up by the current. No, no, no. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you. Wow. You guys are very polite. It's very sweet. I was just on a tour in Europe. We did 42 shows in 7 weeks. It's crazy. Yeah, that it was really crazy. Don't think I'll ever do that again. But it was a challenge, and I'm glad I did it. I just wanted to prove myself that I could sing and just keep singing. Just keep singing, just keep singing. All right, so I'm gonna do this song called Blues de Mar. This is a song that I co-wrote with a dear friend of mine, mi compatriota, my countryman, Ricardo Arjona. All right? Luz de mar, sal de miel, poca ropa, viento en popa y yo sin ti, sin tu luz, sin la soga de tus brazos justo aquí. Tan justito aquí, tan pegado aquí, tan fundido aquí, aquí junto a mí. Luz de mar, luz de gris, tanto espacio, tanta pegado aquí, tan fundido aquí, aquí junto a mí. Dulce sal, agua de miel, labios tristes de esperar, tantas huellas, tanto mar y tanto blues. Oh, dulce sal, agua de miel, labios tristes de esperar, tantas huellas, tanto mar y tanto blues, blues de mar, sombra y luz. Veo mis huellas en la arena y faltas tú un poquito aquí, tan pegado aquí, tan fundido aquí, aquí junto a mí. Oh, 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 oh. Gracias. Thank you so much. I want to do this next song, which is actually also a very special song to me, because it is based on a Guatemalan folk legend tale. And if you don't know what folk legend tales are, it's basically a ghost story, or stories about spirits that have been told for many, many centuries. And this one is a very popular one in my country. And it's called El Sombrerón. And I wrote this song because I was watching the movie. One of the very first movies, made in Guatemala was about this story, El Sombrerón. And my grandfather was an actor in this movie. So I was watching it and I said, wow, this is such a great story. Like, I wonder if I could put some music to it and, make it feel like a Tarantino film or something. So here it is. Al caer la tarde por el callejón, las calles vacías, sale el sombrerón con guitarra en mano, melodiosa voz. ¿Quién se puede resistir? Entró en gran silencio a sus oídos, sus pensamientos, quedó hipnotizada, sin palabras, atrapada. guitarra. El viajero solitario busca bellas damas de cabellos largos y ojos muy grandes. En la negra noche la acaricia mientras canta. Entró en gran silencio a sus oídos, sus pensamientos, quedó hipnotizada, sin palabras, atrapada. Su ausencia la enferma, entre muros desvanece. Pobre desdichado, llora su mala fortuna. Al caer la tarde por el callejón, las calles vacías, sale el sombrero. Thank you. Thank you so much. Muchísimas gracias otra vez por estar aquí, de verdad. Qué lindo verlos a todos. Wow. Qué velada tan linda, tan especial. Aquí estamos conmemorando el Día de los Refugiados. Como saben, cada día la violencia obliga a muchísimas familias a huir de sus países, familias como las suyas, familias como las mías. Y yo sé que ACNUR, el Alto Comisionado de las Naciones Unidas para los Refugiados, están haciendo todo lo posible para asegurar que todos los refugiados vivan con seguridad y con dignidad. Así que, de verdad, muchísimas gracias por tenerme aquí con ustedes y espero que nos escuchen, que nuestras voces se alcen y sabemos que estamos todos juntos con los refugiados. Muchísimas gracias. Tengo un par de canciones más para ustedes. Tengo un nuevo disco que voy a sacar en un par de meses. Se llama Ilusión. Este es uno de los nuevos temas. Se llama Illusion. I once would receive invitations for cocktails on top of the Ritz. I take without hesitation all of the glamour and glitz, but I'll let you in on a secret. Diamonds are just little rocks. At broad daylight they sparkle so bright, there's not much to see in the dark. I once had a vintage Ferrari, gave it to Jean-Luc Godard, crossed many seas on a hot air balloon to spoon feed the lions caviar. I soon developed an interest to come home and kick off my shoes, crank up my old Vitrola, 'cause there's nothing like feeling the blues. Nothing can ease the heartache from that boy gone away. The Ritz is no fun table for one. It's all folly and phony, I say. I've meditated with Gandhi, then sailed to Bali for an afternoon swim. Still couldn't shake off the longing for one more tomorrow with him. So I'll drink a toast to the memories of all that we used to be. All that I have are these daydreams until he comes back to me. I've come to this final conclusion of things that are not to be. Life's a despairing illusion until he comes back to me. Muchísimas gracias. Bueno, pues llegamos al final de esta presentación. This is the end of this show, and thank you again so much for being here. Muchísimas gracias. Solo quisiera comentarles que traje unos discos para vender, pero quiero que todo lo que se venda hoy vaya para la fundación, 100% de lo que se venda hoy. Eso es lo que daré yo. Así que no traje muchas copias, porque viajé yo solita con mis maletas, no cabían tantas copias en la maleta, pero bueno, las que alcancen. Casi todas las canciones que están en este disco que traje, no es el disco nuevo porque no ha salido, pero casi todas las canciones que están en este disco son canciones que toqué esta noche. Así que espero que las hayan disfrutado. Thanks so much. I was just saying that I have some CDs for sale, and that everything that 100% of the proceeds will go to the foundation, to the UNHCR. So they're $10, and if you like what you heard today, most of the songs are on this album. So thank you so much. I'm going to leave you guys with this last song. Esta es mi última canción, se llama Fronteras. This song is called Fronteras, Borders. Hay un camino que nos trajo hasta aquí. No conoce las fronteras, esta pasión dentro de mí. Es anhelo el que me empuja cada nuevo amanecer, con mis temores, ilusiones y los restos del ayer. La esperanza nos acompaña, con ella nada nos puede detener. Yo de tu mano, tú de la mía, no hay nada que temer. Y río y bailo, está en mis venas, y libre sueño. This is where I belong. This is where I I belong. ¿Quién sabe lo que el mañana nos quisiera regalar? Hoy es todo lo que tengo y lo voy a atesorar, poniendo el manifiesto cuánta luz puedo irradiar y ser feliz, que es el remedio, que todo lo puede mejorar, y río y bailo, está en mis venas y libre sueño. This is where I belong. Y río y bailo, está en mis venas y libre sueño. This is where I belong. This is where I belong. Yo pertenezco aquí. Muchísimas gracias. Estamos con los refugiados. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much. We stand with refugees. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you.